What if I told you the company that makes your smartphone might just destroy the car brands your family has trusted for generations? Think about that for a moment. Your first car, your father's favorite brand, the badge your family believed stood for quality and trust. Now, imagine all of that being challenged by a company you associate with apps, screens, and software. Not Tesla, not Apple, Xiaomi, a brand that started with phones, expanded into smart homes, built an entire ecosystem around everyday life, and is now entering the most conservative industry of all, the automobile industry. This isn't hype. This isn't a futuristic concept hidden behind glass walls. This is already happening. And the vehicle at the center of this shift is the Xiaomi YU7. Today, we're breaking down why the YU7 isn't just another electric SUV, but a warning signal for legacy automakers like Toyota, Volkswagen, Ford, BMW, and even Mercedes-Benz. Because this time, the threat isn't coming from Silicon Valley. It's coming from China's tech ecosystem, and it's moving faster than anyone expected. Let's talk about it. Chapter 1. Legacy automakers didn't see this coming. For more than 100 years, the automotive industry followed a predictable formula: bigger engines, better mechanics, refined manufacturing, dealership networks, model refreshes every few years. And for a long time, it worked. Car companies didn't just sell vehicles. They sold trust. They sold identity. They sold tradition. Entire families stayed loyal to one brand for decades. But that success came with a cost: comfort. And comfort breeds resistance to change. When electric vehicles entered the conversation, legacy automakers didn't feel threatened. They felt curious. They believed EVs were niche products, city cars, second cars, compliance cars. So instead of reinventing themselves, they adapted slowly. They converted gas platforms into EVs, preserved old supply chains, protected dealerships, delayed radical decisions. They treated EVs as cars with batteries. But Xiaomi didn't. Xiaomi looked at the car and said, "This is just another connected device." And that single realization changes everything. Chapter 2. Who is Xiaomi, and why this matters? To understand the threat, you need to understand Xiaomi's DNA. Xiaomi is not just a hardware company, and it's definitely not just a phone brand. They operate at the intersection of software-hardware, AI, cloud services, consumer behavior. They sell smartphones used by hundreds of millions, smart TVs and speakers, wearables and fitness devices, smart lighting and security systems, AI-powered home appliances, an enormous IoT ecosystem. Xiaomi already knows how people live. They already collect feedback. They already iterate fast. They already work on thin margins. Traditional automakers sell you a car, then disappear until the next service visit. Xiaomi stays with you every single day. So when Xiaomi entered the EV space, they didn't think like automakers. They didn't ask, "How do we build a great car?" They asked, "How do we build a product people rely on daily?" That difference is devastating to companies built on old habits. Chapter 3. The Xiaomi YU7, more than a car. The Xiaomi YU7 doesn't rely on shock value. No extreme design, no gimmicks, no unnecessary aggression. And that's intentional. Because the YU7 isn't trying to impress you in a showroom. It's designed to fit into your life. Exterior design. The design is modern, clean, and logical. No fake grills. No decorative exhausts. No styling that screams legacy. Every line feels purposeful. Every surface feels deliberate. It looks like something designed by engineers and UX designers, not marketing committees. Interior philosophy. This is where the difference becomes obvious. Inside the YU7, minimalist dashboard. Large, intuitive central display, clean interface, intelligent voice control, seamless smartphone integration, OTA updates from day one. No clutter, no confusion, no learning curve. The car feels familiar immediately, like using a new phone. And then something subtle happens. The car starts adapting to you. Your routes, your temperature preferences, your music habits, your daily schedule. Legacy brands still struggle with infotainment lag and software bugs. For Xiaomi, software is the foundation, not an afterthought. Chapter 4. Software is the new powertrain. For decades, automakers obsessed over engines, horsepower, torque, cylinders, gearboxes. That obsession defined greatness. But in the electric era, that advantage disappears. What replaces it? Software. Xiaomi understood this before building a single car. They focused on operating systems, AI-driven optimization, cloud connectivity, app ecosystems, continuous improvement. The YU7 doesn't age like a traditional car. It evolves, features improve, interfaces refine, bugs get fixed quickly. Ask yourself this: why does your phone feel smarter every year, but your car feels outdated the moment you buy it? Xiaomi solved that contradiction. Legacy automakers are still struggling to rebuild their software stacks. Chapter 5. Pricing. Where the real damage happens. This is where legacy automakers start to panic. Xiaomi has mastered the art of value pricing. They don't chase massive margins, they chase scale. They don't rely on dealer markups, excessive branding spend, inefficient factories, complex organizational layers. They rely on volume, efficiency, direct consumer relationships. This allows Xiaomi to deliver more technology, better user experience, competitive range, premium feel, at prices traditional automakers struggle to justify. This isn't just competition. This is pressure on the entire industry's profit model. Chapter 6. Why legacy automakers are stuck. Even if legacy automakers want to change, it's not easy. They're trapped. Trapped by dealer networks, long development cycles, internal politics, outdated software systems, shareholder pressure. They move slowly. They hesitate. They compromise. Xiaomi doesn't. Xiaomi operates like a startup, but with massive resources and real-time user feedback. By the time a legacy brand reacts, Xiaomi has already improved the product. That gap keeps widening. Chapter 7. Is this really the end? Let's be realistic. Legacy automakers won't disappear overnight. They still have global factories, brand recognition, engineering expertise, but their control is weakening. Their pricing power is shrinking. Their influence is fading. The Xiaomi YU7 represents a future where cars are software. First, brands are ecosystems. Loyalty comes from experience. Updates matter more than badges. This isn't about China versus the world. It's about old systems versus new thinking. The Xiaomi YU7 isn't just a vehicle. It's a message, a warning, a reminder that innovation doesn't wait for permission. Legacy automakers once disrupted horse-drawn carriages. Now they risk becoming the carriage companies of the electric age. The real question isn't, is Xiaomi a real car company? The real question is, are legacy automakers ready for what's coming? Because the future doesn't wait, and it doesn't care about legacy.